Okay, the blockchain's done downloading. Now we can get to the fun stuff. Like it says, we need to run config stop deeponion.sh. So we'll hit enter to get out of the program, and then we will execute config deeponion. Enter the password 3 times, and then we'll go applications, office, DeepOnion core. And there it is. And I'm going to pause a little bit. It's going to verify the blocks, and I'll be back on that. And we're almost done with verifying blockchain hash. And here we go. One thing I noticed on here, you can't just grab that bar and move this window. You have to grab it and jerk it, and then bring it back to where you want it. I don't know if that's Tails thing, or if maybe we can. I know there is a window setting that is in the. It'll be in the configuration now, but it's the same as where it was, and I don't know what any of those things mean. So if anybody wants to look at that configuration file after it's been made, that was one thing I was gonna. Couple things I was going to point out. Where we ran that config deeponion.sh, after every reboot, you'll have to run that to configure the firewall so that you can access Tor, and to put the configuration file in the correct spot. And if you make a change to the configuration, you go in and you set your options. You want your window to minimize when you close it or something like that. In order to save those settings, you need to show hidden files, go into config, and there'll be a folder DeepOnion. You'll need to copy that file. Then you'll need to go into your, whoops, I should have left that on, .deeponion folder, and go into conf files, .config, and paste it in here. Otherwise, you'll have whatever settings you had the time you booted before that. There are instructions for that on the website in the post announcing this, and you can use that for reference. It's also in the install script, so if you might want to keep that around unless you're real familiar with what you're doing. The other files are for the firewall that's already edited. It copies this into where it needs to go to have the correct settings for the firewall. And the other one is the startup icon. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. And where the other one just said deeponion-qt and then had a U, this one has the whole line that you'll need in order to run DeepOnion on Tails. And we're all fired up. We have 12 active connections and an empty wallet. So I think that's it. I'm going to pause here while I think about if that. Well, if anything else, I'll put it in the comment down below on the video or into the post on the forum. I believe that's it. Just don't forget, if you try to run the wallet without running the config-deeponion file, you won't connect. So if you sit there forever and it doesn't connect, sometimes it takes a little while, but if it 10-15 minutes and you haven't connected, you probably forgot to run this file, and it won't hurt if you run it again. So if you think you did, whatever, just run it again and then start the wallet, and you'll be fine. And there was one other thing, but I can't think of what that was. That was oh yeah, about the don't forget to move your configuration file if you make changes to your settings. Well, I promised you a bad video, so yeah, unless you want to hear me ramble on some more, I guess that'll be it. Thank you for watching, and visit DeepOnion.org.